Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to tell you why Dragonite is important, why you need it, and most important of all, where you can get it from. A couple of weeks ago in a comment, I was asked if I'd do a Dragonite farming video. Well, I am, and more besides. I'm going to do a full series on different farming methods for all the decent resources in Gems of War. I'm going to be doing Dragonite, I'm going to be doing gems, I'm going to be doing diamonds, gold, souls, gold marks, XP, and more. So bash that like and subscribe button. This is a really cool series you're not going to want to miss out on. So Dragonite and why it's important. Well, some of the most powerful troops in the game require Dragonite and absolutely stacks of it. You've probably all faced those Diamantina and Stellarex teams, and still wanting those troops you need absolutely loads of Dragonite. Diamantina costs 1,000 Dragonite as well as some other resources. And Stellarex costs 1,100 as well as some other resources. But you can't even think about getting them until you've collected all the Gem Dragons and all the Cosmic Dragons, which, guess what, require even more Dragonite. So these cost 500 before you can craft a Gem Dragon Egg, and you need to collect all the different dragons before you can even think about crafting Diamantina, and the same goes for the Cosmic Dragon Eggs. Now there is a new egg out any day soon, which apparently costs more Dragonite than normal, but it allows you to choose which Cosmic Dragon Egg or Gem Dragon Egg you wish to craft, which means in the long run it should actually cost you less Dragonite overall, because you're not going to be suffering with tons and tons of duplicates. But haven't seen the cost yet, so don't know exactly how much that extra cost is going to be. But it doesn't stop there, because before you can craft Diamantina or Stellarex, you need to get these rings as well, which, guess what, costs even more Dragonite. The Ring of Crystal Ice, the Ring of Crystal Fire, the Diamond Ring of Fire and Ice, Solar Winds, Lunar Tide, and the Decaying Orbit all cost more Dragonite. But for most people, the most obvious place to pick up Dragonite easily is from the dungeon. You can actually purchase 60 Dragonite a day. At 300 cost though of gems, that is very, very expensive unless you're really desperate for Dragonite. Don't recommend that. That is absolutely huge cost. And of course, if you get a perfect run, you will pick up a decent amount of Dragonite at the same time. But if I remember correctly, that does depend upon your level you are in the dungeon. So if you want even more Dragonite and you can manage level 20 in the dungeon, totally recommend to do that. The next place you can regularly get a little bit of Dragonite from is from the campaign. Now this will vary, and it depends upon if you've got the free pass or the upgraded pass or not. Like there we got like times 10, got 10 Dragonite from the first part of the free pass, and it will vary upon week to week and campaign to campaign. But we've got another 10 there, and nothing in the second stage, but as it goes on you will get a varying amount. Like you've got 25 there from the first paid for pass, another 25 there. And any more, yeah, a little bit further on, a little bit more from the free pass and a little bit more from the first paid for pass. So as you can see, the campaign pass gives you a steady but small amount of Dragonite. Another place you can get Dragonite from is from your exalted chests. Pop these open and you may get lucky and get some Dragonite from there. The Underspire is another good way to pick up some Dragonite. It is rather expensive, but the good thing about that is you do pick up some rather excellent other rewards at the same time. Now beware though, if you go all the way in Underspire, it's going to cost you around about 900 to 1,000 gems a week, and you can only do this once as well. But you defeat Diamantina at the end and you will pick up 50 Dragonite as standard, and if you use your lantern to get double the rewards, you can make that 100 Dragonite. The good thing about that is expensive for gems, but at the same time you can pick up 2 times Orb of Minions at the same time, and because you've done the Underspire to get there, you can also pick up other really cool rewards like a major Orb of Glory, Orb of Ascension, the standard Orb of Glory, and things like that. So there's a pretty good way of picking up some nice Dragonite as well as some other rewards, the Underspire. Just got to make sure you do it daily. Rewards from events. This is another cool way of getting small but consistent amounts of Dragonite. Be it raid boss, world event, or whatever, as you complete rewards, you will often find Dragonite as part of those rewards. But it is often a bit later on down the reward path. So here at Portal 13, I'm going to pick up an Orb of Minions and 30 Dragonite, which is cool. But if you're in a guild where it doesn't get a lot done, then you're not going to pick up those rewards. So it does pay to be in a decent guild at the same time. Luckily, the guild I'm in here gets all the rewards done every single week on every single event. We don't have any trouble doing that. So it is important to be in a decent guild to get stuff done at the same time. Another place is from the PvP shop. Now this will vary upon player to player on how much value they actually see in something like this. Because these rewards here from the Imperial Deed, the Cursed Rune and Dragonite, eventually you kind of stop needing all three of these things. Like Cursed Runes were tricky to get at first, but now I've got absolutely stacks of them and I don't need them anymore. Even the same as Imperial Deeds eventually, because they were hard to get at first, but now I've got stacks of them, more than I actually need. Don't need to actually think about them anymore. And believe it or not, the same will happen for Dragonite eventually. Once you've got Diamantina and Stellarix, there's not a lot to do with it right now, unless yet another dragon comes out later on which actually needs some. So these are actually limited resources in the end. You only need a certain amount of all of these, so there is like a set value on these to a certain extent. The same can't be said for the Book of Deeds, and this is the thing. These things cost 35 gold marks to pick up 30 Dragonite. It's kind of expensive, it's kind of okay depending upon how desperate you are to get Dragonite. But for me, the Book of Deeds for 100 gold marks is something you're going to need for a very, very long time in this game if you're in it for the long haul. So if you're desperate for Dragonite, you can certainly spend some of your gold marks here, but it is recommended overall to just save it for that awesome Book of Deeds. Another way to get random Dragonite is just simply by playing Explore. If you get a visit from the merchant, he may offer you some to buy that can be expensive. Don't always recommend that, but the angel may come along too and drop you some for free, which is very nice indeed. And if you're really lucky when playing Explore, you may get a visit from a Dragonite gnome and pick up a little bit that way too. Next up, and one of the best ways to get Dragonite is during the Vault event. This is a really cool time to do it, because remember, when you run a Gnome-a-Palooza, for example, then 4 gnomes come crashing in at once. So you've got more chance of one of those being a Dragonite gnome, and kill that and you'll get some Dragonite every single time. And you can also run the timer trick with this as well. When you run a Gnome-a-Palooza, get a timer going. Make sure you start the timer and pay attention to the 15-minute mark. Because at 15 minutes, or just a minute or two before that, if you get a Dragonite gnome, don't kill it straight away. If you actually leave it till the music runs out, then win the battle, you will get extra Dragonite. It's a really cool way of picking up extra Dragonite. So do a timer, let it get to the last like couple of minutes, and if you get a Dragonite gnome, don't kill it. Wait, let the music stop, then win the battle, extra Dragonite. So there it is, there's the video. That's all the different places I can think of where you can acquire a Dragonite from. If I've missed any, then be sure to mention them in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful or helpful, it'd be really cool if you bash that like and subscribe button, it really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching, and feel free to share the video wherever you like. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.